We're back live at Kirby, Texas at the City Council. We're going to be challenging First Amendment tyranny. The mayor has adopted a rule that is in contrast to Texas law. They've been made aware that it's in contrast to Texas law. I told her we were going to be bringing people up here to, deal with it. She said, bring them on. Here we go. Got the cameras rolling, Patrick?
Yes, sir.
We're live.
Yep. We're ready.
That's Henry Desert Goat. And then those are the city attorneys. That's the city manager right in front of us. City secretary is over there. And then council. Mayor Janisha Grider, the head tyrant, is right in the middle. She's the black lady.
All right, so we are back. Opening session starts at 7:32. Regular session opens back up at 7:32 p.m. And on number 7, I had Dr. Rowland. Did you want to speak on this one? You had signed up, or you're gonna? Okay. All right. So number 7A, following deliberations and closed session.
Point of order.
Following
Point of
deliberations and
order.
closed session, the
Other
city
people
council
have the right to
may
speak.
in open session to take any final action required on the matters discussed in closed session.
Mayor, you're violating the Open Meetings Act. Earlier, you read 551-007, but you didn't read it completely.
Point of order.
Point of order, you are out of order. You are refusing
Point
to
of
allow people
order,
to speak.
sir.
Mayor, I make a motion that we allow this gentleman to speak.
I'm trying to save you from a lawsuit and criminal liability, your honor, mayor. Either you're incompetent or unable to read. You missed 4 very important
Sir,
words.
can you please give me a moment, please?
I will.
Thank you.
Your policy doesn't allow for a vote to allow someone to speak. Your policy only allows you to give someone additional time who has used their time.
Okay, hold on. I have a question. I don't know the gentleman's name, but did he use all his 5 minutes?
Yes.
Can we give him some additional time to discuss whatever he needs to discuss at this moment? Can we make a motion for that?
You can motion for that, it has to
Okay,
be.
I motion that we have an additional 5 minutes for this gentleman to speak.
For the,
5 minutes? Not an additional, just to grab additional time.
Oh, I grant him additional time to speak. I make a motion to grant him additional time to speak.
In order to pass, it has to pass by at least 4 members of council.
so the motion, so did see first the one to rescind, and now you're making a motion for something
Oh,
else.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
that's the thing, like what's?
I'd like to rescind my first motion because that motion was made it was against the ordinance. So I will make a second motion to allow this gentleman additional time to speak.
I second. Are you raising your hand for? Is, are we doing that? I thought that, so.
What I want to say is,
Well, wait a
our
minute.
policy, the ordinances don't supersede the Texas law. That's what you gotta understand. Our policies and ordinances, they're not doing it. They tried to do that before here. It ain't gonna work. If Open Meeting Act states that they have the right to speak, let them speak.
The Attorney General's opinion dated 4/22/2020. Would you like to read that?
I don't have to read it.
Well, you don't, from the Attorney General? I mean,
It says, certain body,
no, read the whole thing from the Attorney General. 2020, the Attorney General is authority, correct?
I'm saying, what you're saying.
Mike, if you'd like to pass it this way, I'll read it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I can read it. I just
Okay.
think like, I mean, I don't understand, like, okay. So, okay. Government Code subsection 551.007B requires certain governmental bodies to permit public comment on an item on the agenda for an open meeting either before or during the body's consideration of the item. A governmental body may satisfy subsection 551.007B requirements by holding a single public comment period at the beginning of an open meeting to address all items on the agenda. Government Code subsection 551.007C authorizes the governmental body subject to its provisions to adopt reasonable rules regarding the public's right to address the body, including time limitations pursuant to subsection 551.007C. A governmental body may adopt a rule capping the total amount of time a member of the public has to address all items on the agenda if the rule is reasonable.
That's a
That
misquote
is
of the
Attorney
law.
General opinion dated 4/22/2020. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Read, I'm sorry, before you go there.
Sir, point of order, can I please get, sir,
If you're going to give misinformation and I don't correct it.
order the
there's a
quorum,
problem.
sir? That you're warning, that's it. I asked you to stop talking, you're out.
I just have a question on the must or may part of that. Was it must or may, or was it must/may?
It says governmental body may
May.
adopt. Well, yeah, that's what it's saying, okay, we want option may.
I got you. It's just you said must, and that says may.
Well, no, there might have been another. Okay. So, what do you want to do?
Again, I made a motion to extend this time.
Well, the quorum.
There was a motion second on the table. I mean, if we decide to vote, we vote it down.
You made the motion second?
Yes.
Okay, so we have so I have to do this? Correct? Okay, so there's a motion by Councilmember Garza, first and seconded by Councilmember Lozano to let, I don't know, the gentleman speak at the podium.
Call your name.
Please call roll.
Councilmember Hitt?
No.
Councilmember Lozano?
Yes.
Councilmember Martin?
Yes.
Councilmember Molina,
No.
Councilmember Garza?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Abbott?
No.
Mayor Gregor?
No. It does not pass. Okay. So now we're moving on.
Point of order, I also signed up to talk on agenda item. Same issue, same thing.
Sir, you exceeded your 5 minutes.
I'm still asking to speak up on the agenda item I properly signed up for. Texas law requires you to do, to,
Mayor, I got a
Honor
motion
that.
for the first gentleman. I'd like to make a motion that we extend Mr. Miller's time to speak.
We have a motion on the table first by Councilmember Garza, seconded by Councilmember Martin to allow Mr. Miller to speak at this time. Please call roll.
Councilmember Hitt? No. Councilmember Lozano?
If it is about the agenda item on there.
it is.
Councilmember Martin?
Yes.
Councilmember Molina,
No.
Councilmember Garza?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Abbott?
No.
Mayor Gregor?
No. Okay, so moving on.
I signed up to speak as well, I got time. I got time left.
I have a question. Does Mr. have time?
It was,
He spoke for 15 seconds.
No, actually it's a minute and 13. Yeah.
My bad, you're right.
A minute and 13. Okay, put it on, please.
Okay, ready?
One
All
moment,
right.
sir. I'm sorry.
We're misquoting the laws, we're taking the parts of it that we want, and that we don't want. I hope we made the right decision involving this, because if not, there's gonna be a lot of issues that are gonna continue. And you think, y'all worried about penicillin in the city? Y'all got bigger fish to fry. Y'all might need to redo the budget real quick, put some more legal in there. Y'all need to stop using laws from 1993, our Texas Open Meeting Act laws from 1993, and go to the 2013 one, which says on an agenda item, you can limit the time. Not, you can give them 5 minutes for the whole meeting, per item. Not, don't look at 1993s, look at 2013's Open Meetings Act. Attorney General paperwork, you're misreading that. You might want to get better attorneys to research it, like I said earlier, and research this too. They're still dealing with crap from Leon Valley, doing with the same stuff. Mr. Molina, I'm disappointed in you for voting no for allowing people to speak. You're silencing people who voted for you, sir. Because I guess you want to be in good graces with other people, I don't know. That's fine. Like I said, everybody that wants to play stupid games is going to win a stupid prize. This is becoming bullshit. 100% bullshit.
3 seconds.
And at the end of the day, everybody who is violating people's right to
That's fine.
speak is going to be held accountable.
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Ryder, I'm warning you, you will
Thank
be
you, sir.
you will be the head of the lawsuit.
Thank you, sir. That is your time. Point of order, decorum.
Point of order, decorum, call whatever you want to
You're out.
call. I don't give a fuck.
He's out.
I don't give a fuck.
Take him out.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Turn around and walk.
Yeah, that's right, I'll leave.
Patrick, you good?
Yeah.
You had 15 seconds. You only spoke for 15 seconds.
Mayor, I make a motion that we accept resolution 2023-764.
If you want
A
the
final
violation, that's up to
resolution
you.
of the city council of the city of Kirby
But it's too late.
terminating the city manager's employment agreement, providing for severance pay and creating an effective date.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion on the table, first by Mayor Pro Tem Apodaca, seconded by Councilmember Hitt, accepting resolution number R-2023-764, a final resolution of the City Council of the City of Kirby terminating the city manager's employment agreement, providing for severance pay and creating an effective date. And well, I'm gonna read this after now. Just going to read it all now? Okay. All right, whereas the Charter of the City of Kirby, Article 3, Section 3.01C provides that the council may adopt a final resolution of removal of the city manager to be made effective immediately. And whereas the City Council of the City of Kirby approved a preliminary resolution suspending the city manager, Brian Rowland, for not more than 45 days on August 31st, 2023, pursuant to the Charter of the City of Kirby, Article 3, Section 3.01, and whereas the city has reviewed a completed independent investigation regarding the conduct and performance of City Manager Brian Roller pursuant to grievances received by city employees.
That's the city manager to the right, sitting down in front of me.
Brian Rowland expired on October 15, 2023, and whereas the City Council placed the City Manager Brian Rowland on paid administrative leave on October 16, 2023, and whereas the employment agreement with Brian Rowland, Section 4, provides that employer is to pay a severance of a lump sum of 4 months base salary should employee be terminated prior to expiration of his term. And whereas the city council believes it is the best interest of the city of Kirby to terminate the employment of city manager Brian Rowland effective immediately. Now therefore, be it resolved by the city council of the city of Kirby that section 1, the city council does hereby terminate the city manager's employment agreement effective October 16, 2023, a date more than 5 days after a copy of plenary resolution R 2023-760 was delivered to the city manager. Section 2, the city council and Brian Rowland have agreed to enter into a separation and release agreement. Section 3, the city council directs the acting city manager, William Hilburn, to pay Brian Rowland a severance consistent with the Kirby pay schedule and consistent with the separation and release agreement. Section 4, the recitals contained in the preamble hereof and hereby found to be true, and such recitals are hereby made a part of this final resolution for all purposes and are adopted as part of the judgment and findings of the city council. Section 5, if any provision of this final resolution or the application thereof to any person or circumstance shall be held to be invalid, the remainder of this final resolution and application of such provisions to other persons or circumstances shall nevertheless be valid. And the city council hereby declares that this final resolution would have been enacted without such invalid provision. Section 6, it is officially found, determined, and declared that the meeting in which this final resolution is adopted was open to the public and public notice of the time, place, and subject matter of the public business to be considered at such meeting, including this final resolution, was given. All is required by Chapter 551, Texas Government Code as amended. Section 7, this final resolution is effective immediately upon the passage and approval.
And I have one correction, excuse me.
If you choose to serve, I will testify that this was not an open meeting for you.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to under section 3. The council directs the acting city manager, William Hilburn, to pay Brian Rowland a severance consistent with the contract.
All right.
Councilmember Molina.
Yes.
Councilmember Martin.
Yes, to accept payment.
I'm sorry, could you
I
repeat?
said yes, but accept payment, without payment.
Okay. There would be a no then? Yeah, that's a yes or a no, she said.
Voted yes, determined.
Oh, okay.
Councilmember Lozano.
Yes.
Councilmember Dick.
Yes.
Councilmember Garza.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Apodaca. Yes. Mayor Gregory.
Yes.
Is there something unresolved?
Okay, so it passes, and
Can we clarify what was Councilman Martin's vote?
Yes.
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 Again.
Is there something unresolved?
Brian Rowland, you signed up for this, so we have 5 minutes, is that correct?
Yeah,
I made a motion for it.
So how does that work since he's actually signed up for it? Do we regarding
What?
So what for Dr. Rowland, he actually signed up for the item, so what do we do, because he never spoke at citizen participation?
Can I make another motion?
He
Okay.
can speak, but we need to finish the vote, so the vote finished.
Is it done?
My comments is about that, just so it's clear.
He needs to speak before they finish.
Yeah, I need to speak before you vote.
All vote.
We've already voted over it.
But you didn't carry it, did you carry it?
You haven't,
It's not carried.
I have not said it.
Because.
You haven't read it.
You have to do it
Hold
again.
on, wait, let's just
Wait.
clarify, I want everybody talking. What is the issue right now about?
it's not final until it's read.
I don't understand.
Okay, what's the concern?
My concern is I just wanted to re-communicate that the I think it's number 3 or number 4 item you read, that all the things that were gonna happen under provision, that the check being paid out and me closing out this chapter has nothing to do with signing the additional document that's coming. I just want that clearly to be put in there. Because our agreement is one thing and this new document is something different. So we can't hold this hostage for this. That's all I want to be done.
That's what the resolution says.
No, it says something else. If you could reread it on number 4. Like when these things will happen, you ask the city manager to do these things, and these things will happen once this is done.
That's the city attorney approaching the mayor.
That's not what it says.
Okay.
Dr. Rowan. But I'll double check it.
Yes, please.
She said that's not what it says, Dr. Rowland, but I'll double check it. She seems frustrated.
Does Dr. Rowland have a copy of this resolution? I think we should give Dr. Rowland a copy of this resolution, please.
In case you can't hear it, Councilman Garza said to give him a copy of the resolution. In case you guys are wondering what's going on, we hired a city manager 2 months ago. He's sitting down. He's the one in the suit on the right-hand side. And they just terminated his contract tonight for reasons we'll talk about later. He had a bunch of complaints come in, sexual harassment, workplace retaliation, so on and so forth. He's the one that's embattled from Prairie View.
Okay, so do they need to rescind and start over? I mean, how does that work?
We did this on the fly.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the, so.
You just adopt the necessary, read out loud the necessary correction and see if everybody agrees with who made the
Correct
motion.
number 2 to what I,
Correct, number 2. Okay, so in section 2, it says, the correction will be the city council and Brian Rowland have agreed to discuss to enter into a separation and release agreement. Okay, so then what do we do now?
you could vote with the corrections.
Okay, so do we need to take another vote with the corrections?
Yes.
Okay, so we take vote with the corrections.
So we have to rescind the previous.
Yeah. We have to rescind the one before completely, start over? Yes?
No.
No? Oh, okay. So you, who made it? Yeah, rescind your, the motion. Who made it, the motion?
You don't have to rescind, just make a new motion to.
Oh, just make a motion, okay, somebody make a new motion with the, we'll take, to add the corrections.
It doesn't.
Mayor, I can make a motion that we accept the resolution with the corrections on section 2.
It's actually section 2 and 3, but she put, yeah.
2 and 3.
But she put contract in there.
Sections 2 and 3.
Can we reread that section,
Section, which one?
the ones that we just fixed?
Okay, section 2, the city council and Brian Rowland have agreed to discuss to enter into a separation and release agreement. And then, section 3, the city council directs the acting city manager, William Kilburn, to pay Brian Rowland a severance consistent with the contract and consistent with the separation and release agreement.
No, that last section, I struck all that out there. Consistent with a contract period.
Oh, so I have the wrong thing.
Mayor, I'd like to go back into executive session and discuss this. I'm confused at exactly how this is going, to be honest with you. I don't feel.
Why is this right here?
Section
Because you're one of the,
I mean, is this basically saying that he gets a severance without a separation agreement? Is that what we're saying? Is that what we're saying, lawyer?
I have a name, it's Clarissa.
Larissa.
Yes, that is what we're saying, Councilman.
Okay.
Okay, what was that?
We're basically saying that we're gonna give him a severance without a separation agreement. And then he gets to determine a separation agreement at a future time.
Is that not what we agreed on in the back?
That's not what
That's
we
what we
agreed
agreed on.
No, it's
No,
not.
that's what we talked about.
Okay, wait a minute, guys. What,
Let's
that
go
is,
back. Let's go back.
No.
Okay, let me
that is
discuss
what
that.
we agreed on in the back.
That is not what we agreed on. No, we agreed on both, yeah, on both agreements. I mean, like I say, I would like to, either convene to the back or rediscuss it at some instance, because it's not what we agreed on. If it was what we agreed on, we wouldn't be changing in the middle of our motions.
We can,
It's the wording. Did you want to reread it? Do you want me to read it again?
No,
Or do you- oh,
got it, I just, okay, let's take a vote, let's take a vote.
So we're gonna pay him without giving any separation.
That's correct. That's what this is.
We're gonna pay him out, instead of letting him go.
Well, there's still going to be a separation agreement that has to be discussed and, like, basically agreed on, so we decided.
Sorry, just one more reading for that.
Yeah, I know, but I did, that's what I said, I already read it. Yeah. So right here, yeah, so the correct language, section, everybody has the resolution in front of them? Does everybody have it? Here. Okay, so let's go to section 2. The city council and Brian Rowland have agreed to discuss to enter into a separation of the lease agreement. Section 3. Do you have yours with you? Oh, that's your, oh, okay, okay, you have it. All right, section 3. The city council directs the acting city manager, William Pilburn, to pay Brian Rowland a severance consistent with the contract.
And the separation agreement was what we discussed in the back.
So what do we need to do, because they're now,
Well, let's
we
see.
have.
I mean,
Okay,
we
so
don't
yes,
have-
yeah,
might have to
actually,
vote.
that's, yes, let's move forward, so with the changes, let's take a move, did somebody make a motion?
You good?
Can you please take a vote with the corrected changes?
First by Sylvia Appadalka, second by Councilmember Hitt. Yes. Councilmember Molina.
No.
Councilmember Martin.
No.
Councilmember Lozano.
No.
Councilmember Garza.
No.
Councilmember Hitt.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Appadalka.
Yes.
Mayor Greider.
Yes. Okay, so it doesn't pass, so what did we do
we
now?
need to go back and discuss what you did.
Okay, so
Can I get that video?
we're going to, no, we're gonna keep going, no, so we're gonna go on, so we're going back to executive session, the city council will convene in closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074 personnel and 551.071 consultation with attorneys to receive advice, discuss the city manager's contract and employment status. Regular meeting closes at 7:58.
No, guys, those aren't cornrows, those are braids. What's wrong with y'all? Jesus Christ, y'all ain't never seen braids before? Those are braids. Y'all are stupid. See? Look, they're braids. Y'all can stop. I don't care what y'all voted. Y'all don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Smart enough to say, oh, no, we're not doing that.
Tori, what did they kick you out, man?
No, I had to walk out because I was laughing at the idiocy of their mayor. I had to.
Everybody was. I'm not even talking. It ain't me. Hey, Chief shit, shut the fuck up.
Okay, I thought the meeting was over. Otherwise, I'd have gone outside.
That was something, guys.
Give me a cigarette, Jeff.
He only got me kicked out. I'm just
How
kidding.
am I gonna get you kicked out? What happened?
Oh, look, Patrick got kicked out. Look at his face.
Fuck that shit. She got on mad. Did you hear her when she
Well,
went
hey.
for a warning and she expected me to walk out? I'm like, that's my warning.
Good
You didn't do
job,
it right.
Patrick. Good job.
So I just stood there like,
Hey, y'all tell Patrick what a good fucking job he did.
Give me a cigarette.
Hold on, let me put the live chat on. That's Patrick. Hey, listen. This is Patrick. This is my producer. Y'all tell him what a good fucking job he did. The first time he came up here, he wasn't talking. Tell him what a good job he did. Here, you'll see some live chats come up. Can you read it? Yeah.
cough up some cigarettes, Jack. We're all out.
I'm using a Samsung Ultra 20, no, Samsung S22 with YouTube Live on a 5G network. That's what I'm using in case y'all were wondering what's...
He's on a government phone, Obama phone.
My government name?
He's on a,
D's Nuts.
he's on a soon-to-be-fired city manager phone.
Yeah, soon to be fired city manager phone. So I'm gonna leave it running live because this shit was fucking good, dude. These guys are fucking a joke. They're
Man.
a fucking joke, bro.
CJ, are you in the house? Did you see that shit?
Oh, what a fucking joke.
Here, I need a cigarette, bro. Give me a cigarette.
He's gonna read what I was telling him to read.
These
later,
guys
and
are
he's gonna say,
fucking joke.
I tried to save the city, but she wouldn't let me let him talk.
Take one out for me, please.
I'm out.
Yeah, that's cool. No worries.
I'm about to walk.
I got you.
I'm listening to you.
I got you. We have a light. So
No, you don't get to hold my lighter. You know better than that.
They're like,
What the heck is this?
You see that shit? Trying to pick up my
they're all
lighter.
saying, "Great job, Patrick. Great
Appreciate
Patrick 2.0, folks. It's Patrick, guys.
Fuck no.
Go, Patrick. Keep talking shit." Patrick got kicked out. He can't talk no more shit. The meeting would have been over, but they can't get their fucking heads out of their asses, so we're still here. Patrick expected to be kicked out, and then we're all gonna go home, but they can't get their heads out of their asses, as you could see.
I got premature ejaculation.
Bro, you should have seen it, man. Them
The
guys.
irony is, they want to limit my speech to 5 minutes total instead of per item, which by law to save time.
Man, it's pretty dark out here, and this front-facing camera is good.
Ignorant, they can't read what they
There's
wrote
no light
before
right
they
here.
Get out and vote on it.
There's like light way over there, but look how good that camera is. They're firing him because a bunch of city employees filed complaints against him, anywhere from sexual harassment, workplace retaliation, hostile work environment, inappropriate comments. They filed complaints against him, which is in line with the civil lawsuit complaint. The allegations that are being made against him in Prairie View are almost identical to the complaints that are being made against him here by employees here. So now I have to say that currently these complaints are not founded. The investigations and civil lawsuits are still ongoing, but so he has not been found guilty, but he's been complained on enough to cause the city to terminate his contract.
Yeah, be careful.
I just discovered tonight information that I still need to ask him, but I received information that while he was city manager, he charged, or he sought reimbursement for 7 positions, training positions for the Texas Municipal League, 1 for each council member, but he only reserved 4 to the tune of, I think, $7,000 each. So he asked the city to pay him $7,000, which he received, but he only made 4 reservations.
Oh, they won't
So-
disclose the amount in public.
I still need to ask him about it, and I'm going to, and see what his comment is on that. But I just received that information tonight, subject to verification.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the guy with the vest. No, not the guy with the vest. This is the city manager that is being terminated. He was sitting in front of me to the right, sitting down. The black man with the suit, the gray jacket suit
I
on.
know. There's a guy here that called you that once. That's why I started calling you.
I'm live.
Thank you for doing what you needed with him, and thank you for not doing what you didn't need to do with me.
This
She
is
told
our.
me decorum.
This
as
is
a
Kirby's
warning.
police
She
chief,
didn't tell me. After the
Cardona.
first warning, I shut up. But she still implied I needed to leave, and she was wrong.
This is.
I don't think that
Hey.
was a direct order. Well, I didn't hear the direct
Let me
order.
get
No,
a-
it wasn't, but she implied that,
Let
and
me
then
get a
when
plug.
she told him, well, I've already given him decorum, he can't speak again. Bull.
Let me get.
It was a warning.
This is Chief Cardona, Kirby's police chief. Corona, and I'll say, she is, in my opinion, she is the epitome of what a law enforcement officer should be. She enforces law equally across the board. The city council here has attempted in the past and currently to try to weaponize the police department against us, and as you've seen happen in other cities,
As well make it.
you know the usual thing that the city officials do with the police department as far as weaponizing them. She has stood in the middle of that and stopped it from happening. She won't allow her police department to be weaponized against anybody.
Her gun and taser are.
So yeah,
What she read,
so a great human being and
what she read
a great police
was
chief.
the current version, but she left off the last 4 words intentionally. Basically, she was making it into the 93, but she didn't read the 93 version because those other words were different also. So what she read was the current
but the
version,
parts
but
that
she
she
left off
picked
the
and chose.
important parts.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to bring up. But of course, she's not going to allow that because she knew exactly what she did. Just like they knew they tried to slide this guy money on the side by tricking the other council members. They knew that.
Man, that shit was a fucking joke in there, bro.
After I got kicked out.
Yes, because they read out the agreement, the whatever they do a resolution to solidify the agreement, and it was fucked up, and I could see Roland shaking his head trying to say something to the city attorney. So obviously there was unfinished business. And I'm like, well, we're like, well,
And Roland's
so
attorney spoke up.
they went back and forth about it.
Roland's attorney's in there?
Yeah.
No,
That's both.
those are both city attorneys.
Oh, they're both city
One's a
Yeah, they're not
training.
his.
One's a training attorney.
But they might as well be his.
Yeah.
Basically. They're gonna have to save some of that money.
The mayor keeps asking the attorney, "What do I do now? What do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do
Every
now?"
other, I'm like, look, that mayor cannot read a complete sentence.
Hey, city attorney for mayor.
I'm
City-
sorry.
hey,
at one point,
city
I had to
attorney
walk
for
out. I
mayor.
was laughing. I was
What
laughing
do I-
so hard.
what do I do, city
I'm like,
attorney?
I
What
gotta
do I
walk out,
do?
man. I'm laughing too hard at their stupidity.
It's fucking. It is stupidity.
They were about to give this guy severance pay him out for his
Hey,
time,
man.
time off, and then an undisclosed, an unagreed upon, so he could argue what. he
Can you go
wanted.
back in when they reconvene?
So they were going to pay him, and then he would have him
I ain't
bent
worried
over a
about it.
barrel for
Yeah.
blackmail, saying, "You can pay me
I'm gonna go back in.
$500,000, or
Let me check my battery on my phone. I'm at 60. I'm at 60%. I'm at 60%. I gotta go through security. Hang tight. Hang tight, guys. I'm getting dressed. I'm still here. I'm getting dressed. I'm going through security. Hey, whose soda is this? Is it soda, Chief?
That's my soda.
That's your soda? Okay. Wait. I'm just gonna take a drink right quick. No, guys, I didn't take a drink of it. I didn't take a drink of it. Is that a good slur? I'm live. Just so you know. Rolling. I'm live. Wow. So we're back in. They're in executive session right now. For those of you just joining, they so they came out and they were reading a resolution. I guess you call it a resolution to solidify their decision to terminate the city manager's contract. That's the city manager here, and he's currently suspended. And they were doing that, and then apparently there was some business that was not finished, because when they read it, Dr. Rowland, the city manager, had some concerns about what was read. There was some back and forth between him and the city attorney, and then the city attorney and the council, and then there was some back and forth between the council members. There were some corrections made, and then in the end, they still could not come to a consensus and agreement on the changes, so they debated about it a little longer. It's quite entertaining to see the dysfunction, so you can go back in the video and you can look at that. But then they decided to go back into executive session and iron out, I guess, whatever they need to iron out, so that way it can be amicable between Dr. Rowland and the city. So that's what they're working on right now. And that's the most important thing. We can't finalize something and there still be unfinished business. So, Dr. Rowland has been here for several hours. He has, he's facing something that really, none of us would want to be in his shoes. But he has maintained professionalism. He's had to speak back and forth, and he's maintained professionalism. In there, he hasn't exhibited any kind of concerning behavior that, based on these currently unfounded pending allegations, he hasn't exhibited any behavior that's in line with those accusations. So that's important to note. Y'all were asking, yes, I have pressed him. I've pressed him hard, and he's been appropriate with me. I don't know other people, I don't know if anybody else has pressed him, really me, but he's been appropriate with me the entire time. And you guys know that's not easy. He's done good on that. No, I do not make it easy. Thank you. I do. I believe in giving credit where credit's due. I can like you and love you in the same breath. I didn't notice any alcohol. I don't believe they're doing shots in the back. You're stupid. Did you say shots in the back or shots on the back? I'm live. What? Yeah. I never got it. You got your phone? Yeah. Look it up. So this is my civil law firm that I use. Grable and Grimshaw. Just Google it.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong person on the phone. I use this to talk.
Okay, write it down. Grable, Grable. And Grimshaw, it's Grimshaw.
A.M.?
Grimshaw. Grable and Grimshaw.
Okay.
And if you look them up there, you'll see. And so if you want to contact them about something civil, they have a web form.
Okay.
Fill out the web form, answer all the questions, provide whatever information they're asking for, and then let me know you've done that. When you've done that and submitted it, what I do is I turn around and say, hey, look out for this name, and it kind of puts you at the front of the list.
Okay.
Grable and Grimshaw. Rolling. You got a pen I can use? I'm gonna write something down for you. Thank you. Here. Those are my civil attorneys. Law firm here. They do civil litigation with cities. That's what they do. They sue cities. They're local guys. They're very good. Let me get my camera. Hey man, would you mind holding my phone? It's live.
Yeah, I'll hold it.
I'm trying to talk to him and I don't want to block it.
So you don't want it, so you want me to just put it down?
I just don't want our conversation on.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, I'm on Jack's phone live, so don't say anything you don't want to hear. Okay, I'm just letting you know.
I was gonna start cussing all that stuff.
Well, I just try to be respectful. I mean, I didn't want you
But
to.
here's the question, if I started cussing, how long do you think it'll take these three to like handcuff me?
They want to handcuff you. They'll kick you
I'm
out.
more worried about her handcuffing me than the other two.
They ain't got no dog in that fight. That's up to the mayor.
They'll kick you out, but they ain't gonna handcuff you. Well, they will if you
I don't know,
resist.
she would be the second toughest one.
I think you'd have to be more worried about.
What can I say?
low on the total pole there.
I think you'd have to be more worried about your friends going, dang, something's wrong with Henry. He got violent.
Bonus points if they're Puerto Rican.
Oh, there you go.
So for those of you still watching Jack's live feed, he's in there speaking with the city
Are you
manager.
gonna give them that battle axe though? The battle axe? Battle axe.
Battle axe. It's a.
Don't walk away.
Like the more handsome version of it? Yeah, I totally did that.
So did you guys get a raise when everyone else got the minimum? Okay, that's what I was saying. It's a good thing you got. I know it was, I mean, I'm sorry, I know it wasn't. But at least you got it now because I'm telling you, this is financially disastrous for your city.
Yeah, I think we got $4, everybody else got $2. Police, ambulance, about. If that's how I understood it.
And the sad part is when I say this, is that your mayor thinks she's wise about decisions that she's making or trying to control things. But what I have said so many times before, I go out of my way to keep cities from being seen. But when I see that she intentionally left off 4 words of the state law when she told him, oh, it says this. I'm going, no, it doesn't say that. It specifically says per item. And when I try to bring that up, and she's going to shut that down however she wants or whatever she thinks, this guy's got a lawyer who looks into these things and says, we're suing on it. We're tired of it. We're tired of cities doing this to us. And he's going to talk to me and say, well, what happened? I'm telling him, he's going to see it. It's recorded. There's no getting around what happened. There's no denying the fact that 3 people were told they cannot speak, that the council voted on it, and the council decided as a whole, no, we won't even make an exception. We're going to stick by this. This is our city policy, and this is what we feel is right. And by all means, they're going to learn the hard way. But when they learn that being forced to go into litigation, if they think the city manager issue at tops, if he was really cold-hearted, 500,000, it's not going to be that. I mean, but if he was really like, you can't prove it, I feel it's this, or maybe, allegations of sexual, racial, things like that, 500,000 he's out. On civil rights lawsuits that are going to go on and on and on with multiple people, just the litigation on that will tie the city into close to $2.5 million. Over what? Not letting a guy explain to you, no, you misread that? That's insane. And that's why, again, I have to laugh at times. I say, we try to help you. We know you don't like the way we do it. You don't like being told what to do, but we don't like being told we're not allowed to speak when we're allowed to speak. And, I mean, it's crazy, so. You're like, I don't care. I'm just here and hope nobody goes total crazy. I'm like,
I know y'all aren't gonna do that.
well, I was sitting there going, well, told the chief if she had to drag me out, it was gonna happen, and I'm not gonna, but I'm not gonna be told. I'm like, oh, force you to do what you need to do. You're gonna give the option to vote, and you're gonna say no anyway? That's fine, I'll sit down. I made my point. I didn't need to get arrested to prove that my rights were violated. And a lot of people who do similar things to what I do, they don't understand that. You don't have to go to jail to prove that your rights were violated. Now, if you go to jail for it, there's extra punitive damages, but I ain't looking for money. And as I explained to my friends, I gave myself a home haircut and I look kind of gay, and I don't want to, go to jail looking like a punk this week. So they're going to be like, ooh, look at the guy with the, what is that, a reverse mohawk? What the heck? Come here, sweetie. Oh. I joke about things like that, but I mean, you have to if you do what I do and you've gone to jail over stupid things, making points, then everyone's all, oh, don't drop the soap in jail. I'm like, dude, you got county all wrong. I'm like, everybody in county's just trying to keep quiet and hope they don't do anything in there that gets them sentenced to 10. They know whatever charge they're on there is probably going to get dismissed. Well, most people in county know that. They're like, oh, I made my Sancha mad. She's not paying my bail. I'm going to be here for a while. Shouldn't have made her mad.
True story.
I've been arrested 12 times. No convictions. Now, when I say arrested, that includes being unarrested. People go, what's that mean? It's like when they say you're under arrest and they cuff you and stick you in the back of the car, and then they go and talk to their supervisor, and later they come out and say, well, we're not arresting you, so you were only detained. I'm like, no. You searched my pockets, and you didn't have a right to search my pockets if I was only detained. So you got a problem there. That was an arrest. Your intent was to transport me to the magistrate, but then someone else told you I was right all along. So that happened the last time and once up in Congress. But so I've been to jail about 10 times over stupid stuff. And when you...
I knew I heard that one.
Yeah, I'm just like...
No, Mark's one smoke.
When you do what I do and you go through that, you're like, I've only paid bond one time. It's only because they had my car towed.
Knew you were gonna ask me. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you already knew it.
I
You
knew
called
he was
it.
gonna ask me.
She called it before you even got out here.
We gotta get
So if you're tuning in, this is Jack Miller of Texas Sheepdog 72's account. He's in there talking with the city manager that this meeting's all about. This is outrageously funny to me. My name's Tori, but my YouTube tag's Blue Lives Matter. The irony I'm out here today not about this issue. This is included in one of the issues why I came out here. I went to speak on his item, but I was denied that right. That's why I came out here. They're denying people the right to speak at public meetings, which violates Texas state law. They're saying you have a total of 5 minutes to speak on everything. And Texas state law says that they can limit the time that you speak on each item, meaning they can't say the totality of everything. You can only speak for so long. They have to allow you to speak for a reasonable amount of time on each item that they have up for discussion. The only item they had up for discussion today was this gentleman's situation with the city. And the city has decided they wouldn't let 3 people speak on that. They say, oh, well, you spoke earlier, so we don't have to allow you to speak now. What we spoke at was the open meeting. And again, the difference is what items are and what the law is. And the mayor sat there and read Texas state law, but left off 4 words to change the total meaning of the law. And she, kind of thinks that's slick or whatever, but she doesn't understand that we know what we're talking about. We're not going to be bamboozled by a lie. So I go out and I look up what she's looking at, and I'm like, she's either reading the law from 1993, which was modified in 2013, or she intentionally left off the last 4 words of per item, meaning very clearly that you can limit the amount of time they speak on each individual item. And she didn't want to have that. She's like, no, you're not allowed to speak. I tried to warn her of it. She wanted to play games. She wanted to play, oh, no, you're not allowed. City council tried to help her out. One of the members tried to help her keep the city from getting sued, but she wanted to play games. And again, the irony is that they play this, oh, we don't want people talking because our meetings last too long. Their meetings last too long because they're incompetent. Their leadership, the mayor, is incompetent. They're back in there discussing the same thing they were discussing for, an hour, because they tried to slip this guy a better deal than what they were letting 2 of the members know about. The other ones were like, yeah, we'll tell him this. So everyone else is like, oh, we're going to pay him paid vacation for his unpaid vacation. I'm sorry, we're going to give him paid vacation for his suspension time, and then we're going to give him severance pay to be determined at a later time. And that's not what they wrote out. And the other 2 council members that agreed to that were like, hey, no, we agreed in there that we're going to pay him for his 45 days or whatever the suspension is, but there would not be that, everything here is final, complete and final. This includes the severance. And of course, they're like, no, that's not what we agreed on. Like, they have it written in front of them. They're like, well, we just wrote it wrong. We misworded it. Well, if they misworded it back there, again, there's a problem. When they write something down, if they don't know how to read, they darn sure don't know how to write. So that whoever wrote it, whatever confusion there is, they're back there doing the same thing again. And if it weren't for this guy here standing up saying, no, I need to speak now before you finish, out of turn, by the way, and they started to allow him and then said, no, try to play the we control when you speak game. But he was adamant, and he's like, well, I need to speak before you vote, which is completely against the rules here. But they, okay. But again, the reason why this city council chose to limit the amount of time that citizens can speak is because they say, well, because we're going to be here longer all the time if we let citizens, tell us things like, hey, what you're doing is illegal. Hey, you may want to, do some investigation on a person before you hire them, You know, one of the council members said that and voted against hiring this particular individual because they had not did a screening background history. And now there are allegations that whatever happened before with them at another location is happening again, and employees here are complaining about the same items. Well, if they had done that background check, they might not have hired him. They may have still hired him, but if they did, then they'd go, the first employee who complained about it, they'd go, oh, whoa, this guy had this before. They would have taken it probably more seriously. Maybe it wouldn't have been as big of an issue because they could have handled it immediately and said, hey, dude, we're not going to have that here. Maybe they'd have had that as a term in his contract. Either way, they're coming out now. So. You know, the irony again. Now they're here wasting more time over their incompetence. I'm going to get Jack his phone back. Oh no, not yet. I'm full of everything, and I've got Jack's phone. There we go. I should be able to get.
You got that good camera, huh? Oh, I forgot about that one
It just doesn't pick up concealed handguns. Is that it? It only does the open.
Huh?
There's no signage for concealed handguns.
there. It should be.
Okay. So I can pick up my own.
You're good.
You know, I wouldn't. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I could.
All right, guys, they're back.
That will give you a copy of the resolution, but please give them a copy of the resolution.
They're back.
I got it.
I need a drink of water. Excuse me.
Smells like marijuana over here.
Okay, so we're back reconvening to open session following the deliberations in closed session. The city council will reconvene in open session to take any final action required on the matters discussed in closed session. All right.
Mayor, I make a motion that we accept resolution number R-2023-764, the final resolution of the City Council of the City of Kirby terminating the city manager's employment agreement, providing for severance pay and creating an effective date.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion on the table to accept resolution R-2023-764. A final resolution of the City Council of the City of Kirby terminating the city manager's employment agreement, providing for severance pay and creating an effective date. First by Mayor Pro Tem Apodaca, seconded by Councilmember Hitt. Please call roll.
Councilmember Garza?
Without tethering the agreement, no.
Councilmember Hitt?
Yes.
Councilmember Lozano?
Yes.
Councilmember Martin?
Yes.
Councilmember Molina,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Apodaca? Yes. Mayor Garza?
Yes. Okay, it passes. Okay. The city determined that it was in the city's best interest to separate employment with Dr. Rowland. The city has no further comment on this matter. Moving on to 8A, any announcements?
Wait,
Oh.
we need, the
Interim.
interim.
Oh, yes, okay, I'm sorry, do we have another motion?
Mayor, I make a motion that to appoint acting city manager Chief Hilburn as interim city manager.
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion on the table, first by Mayor Pro Tem Apodaca, seconded by Councilmember Hitt, to make interim city manager William Hilburn. Please call roll.
Councilmember Martin? Councilmember Molina?
Yes.
Councilmember Garza?
Yes.
Councilmember Dick?
Yes.
Councilmember Lozano?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Apodaca? Yes. Mayor Gurke?
Yes. Okay, it passes. Moving on to 8A, announcements, do you have anything? Okay, going down, Councilmember Lozano. Councilmember Garza.
Yes, I'd like to discuss have possible action on the ordinance that prevents citizens from speaking on agenda items. Because last time I remember we only discussed it, just to inform us that an ordinance exists. I'd like discussion with possible action on it. Thank you.
Councilmember Molina.
No.
Mayor Pro Tem Apodaca.
No.
Councilmember Hitt.
No.
Councilmember Martin. No. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you. Thank you for doing the right thing. You just did the right thing. You did.
No, she didn't want to.
I know, but.
She said it was too much.
Thank you for doing the right thing. Right. You did the right thing.
Yeah.
And then just for our, since we already.
Did anybody else up there vote yes, or everybody voted no?
Everyone else up here voted
Right
no.
now, I don't think so.
Only two people voted yes.
I'm talking about whenever they were to allow us to speak.
Everyone up here is.
Everybody voted no except for, or everybody no. Okay. No, Zion didn't vote yes? You sure?
I don't know, it's on tape. You can ask her.
Here, I remember, that's the life stream. Pointed at them. Please.
No, thank you so much for your help. Do I need to? Oh. Okay. No, I need to get the fire payment, that's why I wanted to have the meeting to ask the fire, whatever.
Well, they're not having the meeting, but no, they were right.
You know, that's well, I mean, the crime committee, yes. So we're scheduled.
Like, oh my God.
Okay. I don't know. Caitlin, do you have,
Oh, there's plenty of.
oh, yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah.
Okay, so you still got.
Shame on you, Ms. Hitt, for violating the law.
Oh, excuse me.
Texas law, you're violating. I'm filing criminal complaints against everybody who voted no.
Roll of these meetings, Marissa.
Oh, you forgot it. It was for, what's his name?
You know what you want to do. I want to get the conversation.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know what I was thinking.
All right, guys, that's gonna be the end of the meeting. I'm gonna kill the live stream. There's really nothing going on at this point. Anything else with static record. Thank you guys for watching and stay tuned. This is not over. Everybody that voted no everybody that voted to not allow us to speak tonight, we'll be filing criminal complaints against them for violations of Texas law on open meetings. And they don't have sovereign immunity on violations of open meeting. It's in the law. Check it out. Thanks for watching.
You were getting paid.